Alright, everyone. Welcome back to another Popecast. Episode 5. Wow, could you believe it already?
It's hard to believe we've been operating for an entire year, Pope.
It is absolutely insane. But as many of the listeners may have already noticed, today I'm not joined by my usual rat, Prof. He's taken a day off because his Invisalign braces or whatever. He's kind of a
Stunk.
ass.
Just a brief sabbatical to get his teeth straight. They were looking
Although with how great his teeth are, I don't think he really needs it.
of gum problems, but that Invisalign ought to just work it right out.
Yeah, and I feel like I should introduce today's guest.
Did you? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Did you see those gums though? Like, did he show you the pictures?
No, I didn't.
They're like. Okay.
Ugh.
Hi. It's good to be with y'all.
This is a Swagdog, comedy night genius, and a member of Sausage Legion.
Thanks very much. I joined Sausage Legion with the idea that I would be getting a monthly stipend, but we'll just have to work that out later.
Anyway, today's episode is based on E3 2019.
Amazing. Okay, hard to believe how many good games came out of top video game presentation, E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo. Man, lots of video games content, many exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Really great stuff. Whew. E3!
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah, this year was one of the best. I was very, very impressed with all the things that were brought to the table.
I would say it was the best, like ever. Like maybe we'll never have an E3 as good as this again.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
What's the game you're looking most forward to?
Well, this is one that we both looked at and we were really shaking our heads on. This one, I mean, just great stuff. Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Amen to that. Whew. That game looks awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. The last Fire Emblem that they had, Fire Emblem Dragon Slayer, was that really pushed the boundaries for content and for gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo made some very interesting choices, and you could say it split fans, but I think Fire Emblem Three Houses has taken a lot of the elements that were praised in Dragon Slayer and kind of bringing them up to 11.
I agree. So, as we all saw from Nintendo Treehouse's gameplay, is the marriage system is back. This has been a staple of the series since Fire Emblem Awakening.
Just an incredible system. There are some people who aren't the biggest fan, but I will say this one does something a little bit interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have marriages in this game, okay, and you can have children from those marriages. But what's really interesting is the progressive marriage system, where you can force your own children into political marriages for acquiring armies and power.
Yeah, I was personally looking forward to this. I was just like, you know what? It's gonna happen this year. It's gonna happen. It finally happened this year. So proud.
They pulled it together, and when they showed that crying little child being forced to go with that 40-year-old man into the castle, and then you get that like +1 Legion upgrade, that was wow, that was some interesting stuff there.
I'm really excited to see where that'll go.
Yeah, because that was, as they said, just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh yeah, they did. I forgot about that.
That iceberg, just to get a little bit deeper on the iceberg, they introduced another system that was related to the marriage system.
Oh, what was that?
The player can actually now engage in a form of animal husbandry where they can get, it's an addendum to the marriage system. You can get married to your farm animals.
About fucking time.
Right? I feel like that this has been a long time coming. The technology wasn't there yet, but now that they've brought it in, we can get the full, complete Fire Emblem experience.
Yeah, they're
marrying animals.
They're truly evolving. Because in Awakening, you could only marry members of the opposite sex. In Fate, you could marry other sexes, and now you can finally marry animals. It's come full circle.
It's beautiful. Really brings a tear to the eye. And thank God, one major life improvement for this. They got rid of that terrible, cumbersome strategy and battle system for Fire Emblem. It just has been plaguing the games for as long as they've been out. Completely done away with. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sick of battling. Like, come on. Ruins the game.
Well, I mean, where's the fun in that?
Ruins the game.
Yeah, it's just a slog. This guy attacks, this guy dies, this guy resists.
It's been a long time coming.
Oof, man. Yeah, but they finally got rid of it. Thank God.
Alright, so you want to start on the next game?
Yeah, well, hey, just to kind of get out into another breakout of the entire presentations, number one game on most people's minds. Well, at least it's my number one at the moment. Grabstar Colony. Wow. What a scoop, man. First we ever saw out of developer Babadook Industrial. They're an up-and-coming developer based out of Montreal. Really amazing stuff.
I saw the trailer. It looked pretty good. I'm not a fan of the genre, but I think this could get me out of my shell.
Well, I can understand. It's not exactly a genre with a lot of entries. It's actually not something that I thought that I would see again. A real-time grand strategy game combined with adrenaline-pumping VR action with RPG elements. I mean, that's impressive. That's a lot to chew on. I think that considering the content, which is establishing an Imperial Raj on Europa, the moon Europa. But you know what? It's 2019, baby. I'm ready to see brand spanking new video game content, and it's there with Grabstar Colony.
I think that gamers are gonna like this one.
I think so too, and Facebook Corporation has got to pay those bills with Oculus Rift. They paid a lot of money for that technology, and as we can see on our real-time Twitter tracker, hashtag colonialism is trending. Great stuff.
Great stuff.
Good. Incredible games this year, Poe.
So, another one that's been at the top of my mind is Shit Simulator. Did you see that trailer?
Oh man, this one had me floored.
This has got to be my most hyped game yet. From what we saw, the trailer of the game is going to have a lot of variety. Specifically, the part of the trailer where you're pushing a shit log in and out of two butts.
Like in and out of the butts?
Yeah, it seems like it'll make it an instant classic.
And the physics on that had me losing my mind, dude. You had the flexing butthole, where you can pinch off the log at any point along there, and it kind of comes out at an arc. Holy crap! And then there was like some of it like sticking there. That was immersive.
That was insane. Wait, I'm pretty excited for like the little mini game mode where it's like Mario Party, but it's with like shit,
Yeah, where you would roll the dice and then go the shit blocks.
Yeah. And then another point of note was the wiping function inspired by Farming Simulator.
Yeah, that was something else.
That got a lot of good press.
Yeah, the crowd was cheering. Did you see them? They stood up.
They did? I wasn't there. Yeah, whoa, okay.
Well, they had some shots. I was watching some Twitch streams afterwards. So there were people actually standing up out of their seats, clapping as hard as they could. Some of them actually hit their neighbors by accident. They were just losing their
I tell you what, I'd be one of them. But
oh yeah.
So that whole Nintendo Treehouse game preview that they did literally had me shitting my pants, right, Mr. Dog?
Okay. But you know, Pope, it was really brave of Keanu Reeves to get up on stage, to give his and during his presentation, give about 7 minutes talking about the benefits of circumcision.
That was probably the highlight of E3 for most people. It was just so wholesome.
Stunning and brave. Had his own son do a live bris on stage with rabbis and doctors on hand. Really tasteful affair.
It was awesome. I've seen a lot of memes on Reddit about Keanu Reeves giving his son a circumcision, so I think it's doing a lot of good for the pro-circumcision movement, just like how the anti-vax memes are helping get rid of that movement.
I agree. It can't be gone soon enough, and to bring in the health benefits, and he talked about the adding to your spiritual life. He really ran the whole gamut. Audience engagement was huge. You had the one guy there who said, "You're breathtaking," and then he goes, "No, you're breathtaking," and then it sliced the foreskin, and it was just. Brave. I don't know if there's a better word for it, Pope. Brave.
It was very, very brave, and it makes Keanu Reeves seem like the best celebrity for any cause.
He's a titan of media. He's a colossus of Hollywood. And for him to take his sweet time and money flying out to E3 and flying his son out to E3 and chopping off the foreskin for the audience live. I mean, this was on air. Everybody could see it on Twitch. I don't know. This is just a rumor, but I heard this was all completely unscripted. Brave, stunning, and brave.
Oh, that is brave. So,
yeah, moving into the next game though. How about that Super Mario Galaxy?
That was probably the craziest surprise release Nintendo could have brought out.
I've never seen mechanics like that before.
A brand new 3D Mario game for the Wii.
Which is, that's just... I'm at a loss for words, Pope. Super Mario Galaxy, you had him launching between the planets. Everything was just so bright and chirpy and beautiful. I don't really know much about the star characters, but they were all floating around and making really nice noises. So the Foley work, the audio for the trailer was just stunning. The beautiful, the soundtrack just had you floored. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Well, I could go on.
Yeah, I got a chance to play it on the showroom floor. And let me just say, the demo slapped. I really liked the use of the Wii Remote, where you spin the attack or get a higher jump.
Yeah, and they said this might be the first two-player Super Mario game of all time.
Is it?
You have the second. Yeah. You have the you have this. Go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Yeah, it was the first Super Mario that had two players. The second person could waggle the Wii Remote and collect the stars that burst out of the enemies.
That's insane.
Yeah, right. I think I read that somewhere in the press notes for it.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. Incredible. You know what? Innovative.
Is that asymmetric co-op?
Yeah. It was asymmetric co-op with chromatic aberration.
Ooh.
Holy.
Very, very high tech stuff.
Holy shit! Holy.
Glad you could join us, Prof.
Yeah, I am too.
I found my way in here.
How's your teeth?
Very painful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we saw I was telling Pope about the pictures that you had sent me earlier about it, with all like the black spots and the bleeding gums. You were just kept spitting out blood.
I told you that those were confidential.
Well, you sent them to me.
You did send them to Mr. Dog.
I sent those to you in confidence.
Well, you didn't say. And okay, this is getting off track. We're talking about E3 here.
Hey, what the hell's E3?
Entertainment and Electronics Expo.
I see.
That's E cubed.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the current topic of E3?
Well, we had been talking about Super Mario Galaxy, but now I think we're moving into the next game that was coming out of Paradox, Changeling the Lost.
Yeah.
I believe I've heard about that one.
Yeah, one of the bevy of games coming out of Paradox lately about the World of Darkness games. Of course, last year they announced Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodline 2, the sequel to the incredible Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines by Troika Games in 2001, using a prototype Source Engine game. This one, Changeling the Lost, is not a sequel, brand new IP. Where you can play as a human who's snatched from their bed, taken to a faraway fantasy land where they're shaped into a horrible grotesquerie, action RPG elements that really blew us all away. And this was an interesting choice. All characters mandatory LGBTQ. Bold move during Pride Month. I think
That
it's
is a
appropriate if
bold
discussing.
move.
That's interesting. I believe that's based on a tabletop RPG.
That is what I've heard. I'm not super familiar with the hobby. Maybe you can kind of shed a little bit of light on that.
Yes, I believe in Changeling the Lost, the RPG, it has some significant differences to what you've described in the game, because you aren't snatched by a monster.
Hmm.
I don't know what you are snatched by. I didn't finish reading the thing.
You're snatched by
anyway.
something, though, right? I mean, they got to stay true to the source material somewhat. Otherwise, there's no point in using the license.
Yeah, exactly.
So we do know that Changeling the Lost is about snatching and snatches and mandatory LGBTQ. I have just, again, another bold, stunning, brave move.
Now
this time by
that
Paradox.
is faithful to the source material, but in a very insulting way. You see,
I think they mentioned it a little bit. They called it the queering, and that might be kind of related to that the strange mechanic in the game.
It all comes full circle. But there really hasn't been much announced about it, though. It's like Bayonetta 3, or only the logo.
We only got a couple of flashes of trailer stuff. It's maybe a little early to talk about what's in there. It was a pre-alpha build, but still pretty cool.
Yeah.
After looking over the article, I believe it seems that it is actually called Queered, not Strange.
Okay.
My mistake.
No problem. Very interesting stuff, though.
But
there's another. Let's move on to the next game, though.
But the number one game we're looking forward to, huge shout out to Raid Shadow Legends on iOS and Android. Oh my god, this game looks amazing. Did you see the size of that dragon? Raid is a brand new RPG action game. Amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, and 400 champions for you to collect and personally customize. The great thing about this game is that it reminds us of the classic RPG and strategy games of old, but now it's on your phone. Crazy battles and events that keep you hooked for hours, and see how crazy the level of detail is on those champions, comparable to a AAA release, but completely free to play. This game has legs and seems to be growing super fast, and expect to see huge updates this month that will be free for all players. Best time to join in on the action. Check out the links in the description, and for a limited time only, you can get 100,000 silver and 500 gold if you use promo code Popecast in the coupon verification field.
We have a sponsor.
Yes, I had a interview with the creators. Just a short one. They only let me ask about 4 questions, and during it, the creators actually confirmed that all the characters are circumcised.
So brave.
Did they put that on the box art?
No, but Word of God, I believe it's called.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, even if they're not leading with it, it's still. I feel like I've been using the word brave a lot this month, guys.
Well,
brave.
It is Pride Month.
A lot of brave things happening.
Well, they've got a lot to be proud of if everyone is circumcised and Raid Shadow Legends for iOS and Android.
Yeah.
Use the
What?
Is the
Is the what?
I was gonna ask a question, but then I forgot it halfway through. That's one for
hang
the
on, I
blooper reel.
got a lotion up here.
So anyone have any other remarks about E3s?
Extreme quantitative easing seemed pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah, grand strategy game about introducing money into the economy to slowly inflate the value of the dollar to keep from rapid deflation. I thought that was cool.
I think I saw that on the showroom floors, tucked in the little corners, like one of those indie games that was no one even heard about.
I don't even know who the developer is, to be frank. It wasn't provided me in the notes that. But it does have a lot of like big Fed stars like Ben Bernanke, Alan Greenspan, Mario Draghi, Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen. They've all lent their likenesses via 8K motion capture tech.
Well, that's kind of cool.
So they give their stunning likenesses to the game. Graphics are amazing. Economics seem a little dodgy, though, from the build that I played on the show.
Yeah. Prof, were you at E3 this year?
I mean, I was outside it. They wouldn't let me in.
Excuse me.
So, were you, like, looking in through the windows?
No, they did not have windows. I was... let's not go into this.
All right.
That's a pretty embarrassing... well, you know what?
Yeah, I would... Yeah, I'd rather not talk about it.
What's the braces?
So, any other remarks? Because,
I don't know. I think that about covers it as far as like E3. That was like all of the games in E3.
I know, and it was non-stop, back-to-back quality.
This went on for 14 days, and so everybody's a little bit woozy and tired. But incredible conference, lots of developer interviews. They brought the Booth Babes back. You remember the Booth Babes?
Mm-hmm.
But the Booth Babes back. But they had big no touchy signs everywhere, so that was
that's not fun.
Yeah, I could only get a half chub when I saw those. That's about it for E3 though, right? Yeah, it lost money. Honestly, I would have paid a lot.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. This has been Popecast.
Popecast.
See ya.
Yeah, bye.